What's going on, people? It's Wills from the RILxWILLS show. I got the legendary guy, Mr. Fousey, in the house. Big up yourself, Fousey, man. And one thing I love about Fousey, right? When Gibb fought Taylor Holder, before the announcement happened, he told me, he said, listen, it's a draw. Can you remember that?
I said it's a draw?
Yeah, you told me, man. You told me.
I called it a draw?
No. You showed me that. You told me the paper.
Oh, yeah. I was like, there's no shot, because I remember looking at my camera and saying Gibb won. I had Gibb cleared on my scorecard. Yeah. And then they handed me the card and it said draw. Yeah. My heart dropped.
Then you told me, I thought, what? No way.
My heart dropped. Yeah. I literally was walking up. I think I looked at Gibb's team and said, I'm so sorry.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I got an interesting question to ask Fousey today. Because you've fought on many platforms, many shows. You've been in the scene for long. And you even fought Dean, who fought on the first Misfits and is fighting on the 2-year anniversary show. So you've been a big part of the scene, the crossover boxing, influencer boxing, whatever you want to call it. But if you was one of the managers of Misfits, what changes would you make? Or what fights would you put on?
What changes would I make? Well, the first thing that comes to mind right away, I wouldn't let, and I think they do have a division on this, I wouldn't let pro boxers come in to be an influencer boxer. So there are some boxers where I feel like there are levels to it, and they shouldn't be intertwined with the influencers. So I think there should be a separate division for that, which, if I'm not mistaken, they do already have that, a pro division.
Yeah, they're doing that now, yes.
There are still some people I think shouldn't be intertwined with the influencer boxers. Another thing, I like what they're doing with the tournaments, but I'm hearing after some comments I made yesterday regarding Slim that he was offered 10 fights and turned all 10 down. I think there should be a limit to how many fights they can say no to, where they have to go in and defend their belts.
Yes.
And the last thing, which I think I have something very big coming next month for the influencer boxing scene. Yes. There should be a way to try out to get onto the main stage, to take new people, find new talent, and herd new talent. Because what they do, they'll pick somebody, they'll put them on the poster and say, introducing Salami Meatball. And everyone's like, who the fuck is Salami Meatball?
That's true, yeah.
But if you had a backstory and you saw him try out for it and you got to like the kid, and then you saw him get to the main stage, now there's a storyline.
Yeah, that's
now
needed.
He has core fans. And I think we need more of that in the scene.
Yeah, I totally agree. We definitely need more small hall shows or smaller shows that can help build the smaller creators, or even creators that are not as confident to go onto the big stage straight away. But yeah, I agree. What fights, what matchups do you want to see, say, within the next year or so?
So this has been a very tired statement that I've been making. Okay. I really want to see Slim versus KSI. Okay. I do. Personally, I want to see Slim versus KSI. I just do. Granted, like I was about to say, Slim Salt Poppy just throwing out there. We've seen that. Slim knocked him out. And that was the boogeyman. That was the literal boogeyman who people were scared to fight. Yeah. Outside of that, of course, as everyone does, would love to see a KSI versus Jake Paul. Are we ever going to get that?
No.
Yeah. I don't know. And then the last one I'm going to say, I want to see Dean the Great versus a professional boxer. You know, he's had his name come out, like his name has come out of the mouth of Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson, and they're all saying he's a YouTuber. Yeah. There's levels to this.
So you want him to fight against one of the elite professional boxers.
And my rebuttal is, if he is a YouTuber, show us. If it is an easy payday, show us. Show us the levels to this shit. And I think either way, it's a win for Dean. Because if Dean can just survive against the likes of a Shakur or Ryan, that says enough about his levels in the game.
Yeah. What do you think about the Misfits USA cards at the moment? Do you feel the vibe's different from the Misfits USA to the Misfits UK shows?
To be honest, I don't want to come out as the guy who's just shitting on Misfits.
No.
But the vibes are definitely different. I don't even, me personally, being outside of the scene now, don't hear a lot about what happens in the USA when it comes to Misfits.
Do you think that's mainly based on the US creators?
It's the U.S. creators, but also the U.S. crowds. Unless there was a name that was big to them in the U.S., they're not really about it. They're not really just core fans of Misfits where they're going to pull up, as opposed to like if a Deji showed up in the U.K. and you have everybody and their mothers in attendance for that fight.
But true, we have to acknowledge that the U.S. it's like Europe, basically.
Yeah.
It's like Europe.
It needs bigger
It's a
stars.
continent.
And if you're not going to have bigger stars created in the U.S. Avenue, there needs to be a twist in the way these events are done to give it more appeal. And that could be in many different ways. And I'm just throwing stuff in my head, whether it be like they're doing with this event, live performer by so-and-so. So now you have concert goers of this artist coming and also enjoying this, or just other creative ways to get more people in attendance.
That's true. That's true. What was Austin's show called? Was it Social Gloves?
Social Gloves, yeah.
Okay, Social Gloves 1. What did you think about the performances then at that show? It works well.
It wasn't bad. I don't think the performances are what the selling factor was. I think the promotion there, like I personally was doing Dana Tube at that time.
Yeah.
So I was flying to every single fighter and literally milking the drama.
Yeah.
Oh, you hate so-and-so? Tell me why.
Yeah.
Oh, he said this about your mother? Tell me how you feel about that. Literally instigating the drama, and they all did great at promoting for themselves.
Yeah.
You had Bryce Hall who did great. You had Taylor Holder who did great. And everybody who was on the card, like, had their own social presence, and it was new to the scene, so it was big on its own.
That's true. That's true. That's true. So how are we going to make the scene get bigger for 2025?
I have something coming, which
That's
I think is going to literally impact the scene in a huge way. I think there's even... Not going to say too much.
Yeah, don't say too much.
Next month, there's a big thing coming that's going to help the influencer boxing scene dramatically.
Okay, that's good, man. Look out for Fousey's next big thing, man. I'm excited, bro.
Next big thing.
But yeah, big up
It's always
yourself,
something new. Every year there's like something new.
That's good. Let's go. Let's get it.